Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. This is the Ready, Set, Go preview show. This is a show that I do every single Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. And during this show, what I attempt to do is to talk about some news and current events, things that are top of mind for me and maybe top of mind for you. We give away a cool slab from our friends over at Go Collect. We have also a fantastic time interacting with talk about during the time that we have together. Before we get to the book, before I show you the Go Collect book that is going to be given away this upcoming week, we're going to have a good time talking about several things that have been on my mind. And one of those things is a comic that just came out this week, a comic that I did not think that I was going to enjoy, but because I bought it, I decided to read it. I read it. I enjoyed it. My mind was blown. Let's just put it that way. And so we're definitely going to talk about that and in a few moments. But before we get to that and the other things that are on my agenda, I want to say hello to some comic book soldiers that have joined me this Sunday night for what will be a robust show. For all of those out there that are playing bingo, I saw you in the comments section. Do what you gotta do. All right, so Randy Resnake is in here. How you doing, Randy? Matt, how you doing, brother? Welcome. Tina's in the house. The OG Blue Wrench, another Blue Wrench, my man Matt Woods. Good to see you, my friend. Jerry is in the house. Jerry was talking about that second stimulus check that I think people are looking forward to getting. Hopefully it actually comes through. It is good to see all of you. Quest Dog, how you doing, my man? Chuck, scrolling down through the names. Doug, my man, it's good to see you. Ed is in the house. It's good to see you, my friend. Scrolling down, Peter over in Japan. It is good to see you, my friend. Scrolling down, anybody in here for the very first time, make sure you put your hands up so we can welcome you officially. My man Joe, how you doing? It's good to see you, my friend. Wes is in here. Scrolling down through the names, scrolling. You guys were having a fantastic conversation in here. I'm still scrolling. DB, it is always good to see you, my friend. I hope everything is good with you. Milt is in the house. All right. So as I alluded to in the first couple of seconds of this intro, I read a comic first that I did not think that I was going to buy, but I bought it because it was on the shelf. Then because I bought it, I felt like I had to read it, did not know what to expect, read it, and thoroughly enjoyed it. The book that I am talking about is The Last Ronin. And again, this is one of those books that I did not anticipate enjoying because I've never really read Turtles. I tried to read some of the old Turtle stuff because I have some of those books in the extended collection, but I did not necessarily enjoy those, to be completely honest with you. And I did not know what to expect from this Last Ronin thing, especially given all of the hype that there was about The Last Ronin. And I read it, and it was actually pretty darn good. I will tell you that. I don't know if anybody should be paying more than cover price for this thing. I've spoken to several people that have hit up comic shops. My man Chris Bigger sent me a message earlier today. He was saying that they were selling the regular cover for well above asking price, which I thought was a little egregious. But again, if you can pick it up for cover price, I think that this is a pretty good book to read. When I glanced at it, it appeared that there were like 75 different covers of this particular book out there. And I could be wrong about that, but it appeared to be a whole lot of covers. And so hopefully no one is paying crazy prices for this particular book. But I want to talk about this briefly. And my goal is not to spoil this for anybody that has not yet read it. So I will not get to the spoiler part, but this is a book that we've actually spoken about a couple of times. The last surviving Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle revealed in The Last Ronin. And again, this is one of the pictures right here from the comic. It's you can see the text there. I miss my brother so much. And what was really great as I was reading through this comic, initially, it wasn't quite clear to me who all of the folks were that were involved in the conversation, right? Because the way that the comic goes, you have the last Ronin who is on a mission, and you have all of these thought bubbles or word or conversation, this dialogue that is taking place over the course of it. And you don't see anybody else. So you know it must be in his head. And it's essentially him having a conversation with his brothers in his head as he's on this mission. And it was one of those things where his brothers, even though he is alone, were right there with him to the very end. And I thought that that was a really cool thing. But this is one of the scenes from the last Ronin issue number 1. You can see the 4 different bandanas that the turtles wore, and he is wearing a black one. So you don't really know who it is until the very end of this thing. But again, I read this comic. I'm not going to go through this story, but this is something that is on Newsarama, and it basically lays out the entire story for what actually happens in the last Ronin. If this is something that you think you might be interested in, read it. Read it, get it digitally, get it for cover price. It is honestly a pretty good read. What I did not know, I knew that this was a story that was long in the making by Kevin Eastman. So he is back. He is working on this story. I don't know. Something in me thought that this was actually going to be a one-shot. I assumed that it was going to be a one-shot, but lo and behold, it is not a one-shot. I believe that it's actually 5 different installments. And so, a little bit of a cliffhanger, to be honest with you, at the end of issue 1. Several surprises throughout, but definitely a cliffhanger at the end of issue number 1. And I am kind of sort of interested to see how this thing plays out. You know, I don't know if I'm going to buy the others, but I again thought issue 1 was solid. I could see how and why Turtle fans are excited about The Last Ronin after reading it, being completely honest about that. But I went into it with very no expectations, to be honest with you, and was pleasantly surprised. So I'm curious if there is anybody in the chat here that also checked out The Last Ronin. I'm definitely going to be interested to hear what you all's thoughts are. Let me see. So if Hawkeye was the last Ronin, could he be the first Ronin? Let me see. Enjoyed the 3 Jokers. That was good. The 3 Jokers was pretty good. We talked about that. And 10 of Swords, Status 2. I have not yet read that one, but I'm hoping to be able to get to that. Scrolling through. Jorge is like, Reggie, you're going to buy all 5. I don't know if I'm going to buy all 5, to be honest with you. Definitely enjoyed it. I enjoyed reading it. Frank Miller crossover on the Ronin, question mark around that one. The Tiger says, I liked it. There you go. That collected The Last Ronin is going to be sweet. Okay, scrolling up through the comments here, seeing if there was anybody else that commented on this one before I move on to another topic. Might need to pick it up. I'm gonna be honest, Doug. It was not a bad read, bro. I mean, again, I went into this thing not quite knowing anything about the Turtles. I enjoyed the dialogue and the action, the cliffhangers that were in there. I thought were fine. The artwork wasn't over the top good, but it wasn't bad either, to be honest with you. And again, my experience with the Turtles is trying to read some of those very early Eastman and Laird back in the day, right? I tried to read some of those, and those were in black and white, and it's a whole different ball game. But I think it was definitely not bad. So let me scrolling through some of the comments here. Emerald Knight says not bad. What is this? I got 35 of the William, brother, I will tell you, nobody's going to judge you in here. I will tell you that, especially because you are helping to keep DC in business. I don't even know how much the standard cover was, to be honest with you, but multiply by 35, you drop some change. You drop some change. I'm sure that the folks over at DC are very appreciative of that. But I want to say, when I looked it up, man, I want to say that there were 75 covers. So there was all of this excitement about the fact that The Last Ronin was sold out. And I try to remind people that it appeared to be sold out at the distributor, not at the local comic shops, right? That's a whole different ballgame, and potentially not sold out in virtual shops either, because if you think about it, I don't know what IDW's minimum orders are, but if it's anything like Marvel and DC have a 3,000 copy minimum order, right? If you do a variant, there are 75 variants. So do the math on that one, right? right? And again, I don't know what IDW's minimums are. It could be as low as 500, but again, do the math on that one. I heard from Chris Bigger that he was in a shop recently, and he may have exaggerated, right? Because Chris Bigger likes to do that, but he said that the local comic shop that he went to had 40 copies of the last Ronin on the shelf. I say all of this to say, don't do crazy stuff by overpaying for the comic, right? If you can find it for cover price, that is where you want to be. Yeah, I think that they are. I could see this thing going to multiple prints, to be honest with you. I mean, heck, the first one, what, had 5 prints or something like that? The very first one had 5 prints, if memory serves. What is my brother? My brother does not read comics. I think he still has his stuffed turtle, though. I think he still has his stuffed turtle, however, because my parents may have done to him what they did to me, which is to drive my stuff to my house and drop it off for me. They may have driven his turtle to him and dropped it off and left it there. So that's why I'm assuming that he may still have that one. So scrolling down a little bit, there you go. Second print is already announced. Second print. Yep. Flame Brain, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream, brother. It is good to see you. What is this? I wonder why they don't just sell the cover separately as art, higher margins, even at a lower price. Because we're comic book collectors, man. I think that's it, Ed. You know, no one, I personally would never buy a cover. Just a plain print, I would never buy that, to be honest with you. But then the question is, how much could you even sell that for? If at least you have an argument to be made that with this comic, it's a pretty decent sized comic, you know? So if it's a single cardboard cover, I'm not really sure how much you could actually charge for that people would want to pay for that. So scrolling down through some of the comments, got the 5th printing of the first Turtles. I think I have a couple of those as well. Feed the Turtle, says Chuck. Will the second print be worth more than the first? That is a very good question. Actually, there's an article, or not an article, I have a video elsewhere on the channel that actually talks about that. The part of the thing is that you need the first print to be really successful for the second print to actually come out, right? And the question becomes, will the second print have a lower print run, right? Because that's part of what makes the second print really attractive, is that it tends to have a lower print run, which means fewer people actually order it, which means that fewer people buy it, which means fewer people have it. So who knows what's going to happen with this one. You know, and what I talk about in that video is, you know, will later print runs continue to be worth money more so than the first print? A lot of it depends upon the size of the print run. The truth of the matter is, supposedly they had some issues printing the first comic, right? The first issue. So if that is indeed true, then how many copies of the first print run are actually out there right now, and will that be a similar size to the second? The only way we're going to know that is to go to Comic-Con to some degree or another and try to look at the data and see what it actually says there. So the low print run was done on purpose to make the second print run. I think they would have done a second print run, to be honest with you, no matter what. Yeah, I think they would have done. I would think they would have done a second print run no matter what. Now, Almighty Liger King's probably onto something, that they have a plan, man. There's something about that. There's something about that. Scrolling through, I want the book personally, but if I find it to be an interesting conversation, okay, cool. All right. Cool. At least they're probably right. You're probably right about that. They're going to continue to print it as long as people are buying. As long as people continue to buy it, there will be some stuff actually happens right there. What is this? AWA The Resistance Reborn one-shot finally scheduled for release January 2021. Still waiting on moths. What Peter's talking about here is honestly one of the better reads of the year, in my opinion. AWA's The Resistance was really, really fantastic. And I don't know if you guys saw the video that I did on New Universe. And if you did, I made a comment in there around the fact that what Marvel attempted to do in the 80s with the New Universe is something that we see playing out to this day. And what I was kind of alluding to was AWA The Resistance, right? And because back then, it was this event that happened where people ended up getting powers. Like it was like 2 out of every 1 million people got powers. I feel like AWA's The Resistance was very similar. There was a virus that spread. The virus made people sick, and then some people ended up getting powers, just regular people getting powers. And so to me, those two things in my mind are very similar. Not necessarily the most unique idea, but in my mind, very similar things. But I dig AWA The Resistance. Looking forward to anything that AWA comes out tied to The Resistance, which includes the moth right there. I definitely want to check that one out. Did I buy any of the second print? I did not. I did not. I got a couple of the variant covers for issue number 1, I think, and maybe issue number 2, but I did not get any of the later print runs. Did not pick up any of those. So Wes is asking the question, what book am I going after now that I have AF-15? Wes, you, sir, already know the answer to that. You already know the answer. The answer is... Stay tuned for the video. All right, Bearded Comic Collector, I did. I have it. I have not read it. I have not read it yet, and I actually do need to read it. It is still sitting on the shelf right now, so I definitely will take care of that. Hopefully in the next few days. So we already talked about so far the last Ronin, which again, I thought was a surprise. It was a fantastic surprise read for me, right? One other book that I want to mention to you guys that I am excited about. I am excited about this because you guys know that I like some horror stuff. I specifically will watch anything on TV that involves vampires or zombies. And it does not matter how bad or how good it is. If it involves vampires or zombies, I am going to watch it. So when I saw this next little tidbit related to Night of the Living Dead, I had to pause. I had to pause for this one because the son of George Romero revisits his father's Night of the Living Dead with an official prequel. So there is a prequel that is coming to Night of the Living Dead. And this again is an article that I actually found on Newsarama. I dig them as a resource. But this thing is really cool. It is a comic. It is a comic that is coming out that is a prequel to Night of the Living Dead. It is called The Rise, and it is written by Romero's son, George. And so supposedly this thing takes place several years before the Night of the Living Dead, and supposedly it explains some of the events that actually led up to that movie that was done by his father. And this thing is actually pretty cool. They actually sat down and spoke with all of the creators actually involved with this thing. And one of the questions, let me see if I can get to the question here that was asked. Where is it? The reporter asked this question. He says, George, there are legions of fans that know Night of the Living Dead like the back of their hands. What question will this book answer for them? Specifically, what answers will this comic provide? He says, George says, well, this is tricky because I didn't set out to answer questions specifically. I set out to write a prologue worthy of two things: my father's legacy and the fans themselves. I realized through the process of crafting this story that I do believe The Rise will address some questions that people may not even realize that they had. So I dig this. It is a guy that is writing a prequel to his father's greatest work, I think, and he is doing it to honor his dad as well as all the fans that love that movie. And I'm excited about this. I want to pick this up. I want to read this one. I think it's going to be cool. I'm not really a horror comic book kind of guy, but I thought that this one was really cool. And one other thing that I thought was really fantastic about this is that the comic is actually done in black, white, and red. And I want to make sure you guys can see that. Oh no, you cannot see that. Let me see if I can, let me see if you can do this a different way. The comic is actually done in black, white, and red. And they asked the artist whether, what his thoughts were behind choosing this palette. And he basically admits it wasn't his idea. He's like, it was actually the editor that came up with this, and he was actually a little resistant to the idea of actually doing it. But what's cool is that the original Night of the Living Dead was in black and white, and so to do the comic in black and white and then throw in the red as like an accent, I think is really well done. And there is still, even with that color palette, there is a great depth here. It is really, really well done. And there are several pages that are actually shown of this comic. I have not read any of them. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I don't like to do pre-reads of comics that I'm going to get. I like to wait for the comic to come out, and then I like to enjoy it as a whole. But I did look at the artwork, and it is striking. It is really, really striking. So I'm looking forward to this one. I want to say that it comes out like right before Thanksgiving. I think it comes out right before Thanksgiving, but this is a fantastic article that actually goes into a lot of these details. And the artist says, I think the color red is a very interesting weapon for a colorist. Red is the strongest color in the entire color spectrum. Superman, Spider-Man, the greatest heroes use red to show their power. In turn, red can convey a sense of unease or haste. These two concepts are what I use to color the comic. Strong characters are more red, while details that are more important or should be of concern turn red. The hardest thing is not to paint the whole page red, and that comes from the colorist Alonso that actually worked on this comic called The Rise. This is The Rise. This is the prequel to Night of the Living Dead that I believe, again, is coming out a little bit later this month. And so I am excited about this one. I'm gonna head back to the chat real quick to see if you guys had any thoughts about this. I'm not sure whether folks had heard about this, read anything about it. Let me I think I just lost my chat as well. So let me bounce back. It seems like whenever I am sharing my screen for too long a period, that is when my chat actually goes out. So I'm gonna go over here real quick and catch the chat. So let me see. I do, Doc J, and Reggie loves red. These are true facts. These are true facts. I cannot lie about that. Let me scroll up. Kimball's like red. Scrolling through the comments here, red may be reference to blood. Yeah, I mean, I think again, it's very fitting again that it's in black and white, which is an homage, if you will, to the original movie. But then, of course, the red is because of all of the blood and the gore. And as the colorist kind of highlights, he used the red to focus our attention on the more interesting aspects of the comics, as well as the more powerful people that are in there. And so he's kind of guiding us by using red as an accent to kind of cue what we need to focus on. So I definitely dig that. It's like, again, if you're going to go with a color palette that is essentially color of one, if you will, you better have some methodology behind it. So I think it's a really cool concept. So definitely digging that. Scrolling through, there you go. Doug is like the black, white, red scheme looks great. It is, and there's a depth to it, which I thought was a little striking. Sometimes the black and white can be flat, but the way that the inker did it, and then the accent with the red, I think it's all really, really well done. So scrolling up through the comments here. The Almighty Liger King, the black, white, red, like the Wolverine comic dropping next week. I think so. I have not dug into that one all that deep, to be honest with you, but I do know that is indeed coming out. So scrolling through the comments, Reggie is in the house. How you doing, brother? It is good to see you. Scrolling through the comments, William is asking how many issues. I think he's talking about the Rise. It didn't say maybe I need to read the article again, but I don't know that I saw anything that said that there were multiple issues. But I could have honestly missed it as I was going through there. So I thought the Red Ocean was bad. This is yes. Normally, when we talk about speculation, yes, it is indeed red is bad. But in the spirit of horror, comics, and zombies, no, red's. Yeah, red's still bad in that case. It's still mad. Connie says, Reggie, the lighting is great. Here's the thing. I've been waiting for this comment to come up. So we upgraded. We upgraded, people here in the room. Shout out to all the folks that support the channel, either through Patreon or the buying of comics and accoutrement that is sold through RegieCollects.com. We upgraded. We actually have a couple of weeks ago, I bought 2 new lights, right? What I did is I decided to upgrade. I bought some poles that connect to my desk that elevate the lights, get them away from me, that elevate them off to the side here. So we have a new setup with that. And then I also bought a brand new webcam. I bought a 4K webcam. So I think between the new lights, the position of the lights, and the new cam, we are headed down a very good path. And so we're constantly trying to get better and to do things a little bit better. So Connie, thank you for acknowledging the stream looking pretty good. I definitely appreciate that. Scrolling through the comments here. What is this? Marvel Decoded Graphic Fantasy, Megaton, Sin City, The Crow, all good in black and white. There you go. There you go. The Almighty Liger King's like, I wonder how many variants they're going to drop on that one. I don't know, man. They could drop I don't know about that. It's actually a good question. No clue. I couldn't even begin to speculate, to be honest with you, because there may be few to a whole lot. I don't even know. Let me scroll through some of the comments. Catherine says red, orange, and yellow are target colors. Not good if you're up against snipers. And Gerald is singing the song to the Jeffersons. Moving on up. We are constantly trying to elevate our game. I sat here at this desk for probably 40 minutes and I moved my mic actually into like 3 different places. I had it there coming this way. I had it there coming this way. And I actually kept it in its original spot, haven't deviated because I think that spot actually works the best. But I have moved a lot of stuff around. We're actually in a new position. We're normally a little bit this way, but we are dead center, I think, against that back wall. So a lot of stuff happens here. You miss a video, you will miss a lot because I'm always changing some stuff. Reg, you should like the comic room. I think that would be bad. I think that's too much. That's too much. 1G and 4K equals number 1. Well done, DB. Well done. Bearded Comic Collector. Here's the thing, brother. Jerry is saying, Reggie, you're going to have to upgrade your ASM 1. Brother, yes. And if anybody wants to loan me a debit card, credit card, I will upgrade it right now. I will head to the Feebay and I will upgrade this thing right now. Let me see. Scrolling down to the comments, you guys are hilarious. Paulie says that complete AF-15 looking good back there. Yeah, man. We're making some progress, man. We are definitely trying to put one foot in front of the other and make some solid progress here. It's all about trying to get a little bit better, a little bit smarter, all that good stuff. All right. So the very last thing that I wanted to talk about before we actually get to the giveaway is the giveaway and a bunch of other stuff, right? Donny Cates. Donny is a fantastic writer. He is. I personally think that Donny is a fantastic modern writer. That just about anything that this guy touches, I think turns out to be pretty darn solid. But I don't think that comic book writers should draw. I really don't. When I was at CGC, I had an opportunity to hang out with Chris Claremont. And I like to talk about Chris whenever I can because it was once in a lifetime opportunity that may never come along again. So I try to weave Chris in whenever I can. But I was there with Chris and we were standing at that CGC board, right? And they made me draw. They made me draw on the board. Many of you saw it. It was bad. It was not a good drawing. I had people sending me messages telling me I need to work on my artistic talent. I told them I had none to work on. Chris, super talented writer, not a very good artist. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He was drawn on the board. It was not pretty. It was not pretty at all. Donny Cates, fantastic writer. He has drawn a comic book. He has drawn the cover for the King in Black issue #1. He has drawn a variant cover. I don't know if you guys have seen this right there in the middle of your screen. You can see it. That I'll show it to you in just a second as well. But that is Donny Cates. That is Donny Cates's. It honestly, and all jokes aside, is much better than what I could do. It is like 1,000 times better than anything that I would do. Donny Cates draws a King in Black #1 variant himself. There are 10 variant covers for this comic and counting. I have a feeling that this number is going to increase dramatically. I have a feeling this is, in my opinion, one of the most anticipated comics in Q4 of 2020. And you may be able to stretch it out even more depending upon how big of a Donny Cates fan that you are. The upcoming King in Black Limited is the culmination of a 2-year saga that writer Donny Cates and artist Ryan Stegman have been cooking up in the pages of Venom and their 2019 event series, Absolute Carnage. And for the occasion, Marvel is ramping up the various variant covers to the first issue, including one by Donny Cates himself. And so let me make that a little bit bigger, and we are actually going to check out what Mr. Cates has actually put together for his variant. That is it right there. It is Null, I think, ripping the world in half. I believe that that is a 3-fingered Null ripping the world in half. And again, it is much better than anything that I could do. It is much. I think that is the world. That could be North America. It's hard to tell, to be honest with you, but that is what Donny Cates has actually put together. Let me scroll through. There is a slew of artists that are working on this: Stegman, Francis Yoon, Lee, Peach Momoko, Philip Tan, who I dig. I dig some Philip Tan. Let me pop this other screen back up here so you guys can see some of these variants that are going to be coming out for the King in Black, which is dropping in December. This might be cover A right here. Let me get rid of that pop-up window. One bad thing about this site is all the pop-ups. Here is another King in Black cover. I kind of dig this one. I think this is a really well done cover. Not a huge fan of this one. That one's not going to load. Here's a black and white one. I'm not sure who did that one. But there are several. Why are there teeth on his knees? Yeah, that's an interesting one. But I dig this one. This is kind of cool cover right here with the X-Men and Spider-Man right there on the cover. And then there's Donny Cates, and then there's a wraparound cover right there. But definitely some cool covers, man, that are going to be dropping for the King in Black, which again is coming out in December. Let me scroll. Actually, my chat looks like it's back. How about that? I'm excited for the nullified covers. I think a lot of people are really excited about that one. Nosh, how you doing? Got to get that variant, he says. One is for $475 on eBay right now. One of these covers? Seriously? What is this? Almighty Liker King, trade your AF-15 for that cover? Probably not. Jeffrey P dropping jokes, man. Just stick with writing. That wraparound covers dope. Seriously, there were at least, I would say there were at least 3 to 4 in there that I think are pretty darn good. So saying it has something is killing the children vibe, man. Those covers for Killing the Children are fantastic. Some of those that have been dropping are really, really nice. Let me scroll through some of the comments here. Let me see what else you guys are talking about. But again, this is one of those comics. I think that there are going to be a ton of variants. No, it looks like Alice Cooper. William, brother, they are going for your milk money, your change in the sofa, your change in like the armrest inside the car and under the seat. Like they're going hard. They're going hard for all the monies. They're trying to finish the year incredibly hard with all of the money. No doubt about that one. Scrolling through, he's making salad in the Oh my goodness, you guys are hilarious. It looked better before you showed the whole cover. Yeah, because that top part was not bad, right? The top part, but then you saw the creepy three fingers. Again, Donny Cates is an incredibly talented guy, no doubt about it. As a writer, I think he's incredible. As an artist, he's a much better artist than I, but I also have alluded to the fact that I have no artistic talent. So, you know, All right. So no, hopefully everybody knows that I'm just having a little fun. No disrespect. 75 variant covers. Is there a 1 in 1,000? Man, they're going to have, I'm telling you, it's going to be big. It is going to be big. No doubt about that one. So Donnie just needs to stop with art and go to DC, says Chris. Man, he's doing a couple of different things. What was it? Somebody told me, I need to go back to my DMs, but I want to say that somebody, I took a little bit of a social media break this weekend. I was not on social media nearly as much as I normally am, but somebody sent me a message about Donnie working on something, and it was outside of Marvel, outside of DC, I want to say, and it was like a different type of publisher where he was working on like this project. But Donnie, he clearly has just a bias for being busy. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been writing this story, if you will, the whole like Carnage, Venom, King in Black, Null stuff for like 2 years. You know what I mean? Then he's also doing all of the other stuff that we know about. The guy just has a passion, or so it seems, for just being super, super busy. But I respect the hustle. I really do respect the hustle. As people will say about me, you are always doing a lot of videos. I like to be busy, so I cannot begrudge anybody for that. His new book crosses over from Image and comes out this week. What is this? Donnie is working on a crossover at Image right now. No, I thought there was something else though. I thought he was working on something else that was outside of Marvel, DC, Image. I want to say I probably should have paid closer attention, but it's gotten away from me. It's gotten away from me. You know what? Here's the thing, Chris Bigger. I would have to agree with you on the Red Hood part. I think that Donnie's too dark for Superman. You know, it might make Superman a little more interesting, kind of, but Donnie's dark, man. And I think Red Hood, just the griminess, the attitude of Red Hood, I think that could work really well for Donnie, to be honest with you. Not that I want him to leave to leave Marvel, but I could see him doing Red Hood. He first has to do like at least a 2-year stint on Amazing Spider-Man, because Nick Spencer has been killing me for like at least that long. So I think we get Donnie for 2, and then Red Hood can have him for 2, and then we bring him back. I think that's the way that's going to work. I think that I'm gonna put that out there. I'll put that out there and let it go. There you go. Donnie is doing a digital only book from an online publisher. That could be it. Again, somebody sent me the message and I kind of scanned it, but I didn't really lock it into my memory, but I knew it was something a little different. The one you feed, I knew it was something different. You guys might be on to something right there. You guys may be on to something like that, because again, it kind of got in there, but not all the way. Hey, Bendis's work on Superior Spider-Man was incredible. Okay, you guys may not have liked him on Superman, but Bendis has done me well during his time at Marvel. He put in some work on a couple of things that I really, really enjoy. Red Hood just ended this week, so Donnie could reinvigorate it. I respect it, Daniel. In 2 years, you guys get him, because he's first got to save Spider-Man for me. Give a shout out to everybody that's here in the live stream, and definitely want to encourage you guys to go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. It is good. A good message for the algorithms out there when they try to recommend videos. If you guys hit that thumbs up button, it lets them know that you're enjoying the content that is coming out here from the channel. All right, so let me go ahead and give you guys a rundown of the content that is going to be coming out from the channel over the course of this week, and then we're going to go ahead and get to this Go Collect giveaway here. There are 3 pre-recorded videos that are going to be coming out this week. we're going to do an original art haul. I think you guys know that I've been buying original art occasionally, and this video was supposed to come out last week, but I did not like the lineup for last week, so I moved it to this week. So I think it's going to come out unless I get frisky and change it again. But an original art haul is going to be coming out this week. I'm going to be releasing a video that I'm calling Comic Book Secrets. And I did this video, I want to say like 2.5 weeks ago. I don't know why I called it that, but I'm thinking that some kind of secret is going to be revealed. Don't ask me what at the moment, but that is a video that is coming out this week. And then you guys saw this. I actually put up a post on the community tab. I want to say it was maybe a week ago. I wanted to do a subscriber Q&A. And so there were a handful of really, really fantastic questions that people submitted in that I wanted to record. And I made a video of it. So a subscriber Q&A video will be dropping. What I will say to people is that I think I got a little frisky. I think I got a little frisky in recording this one. No one that submitted the question that I am answering, I don't want anybody to be offended, but I got a little frisky as I was recording it. And I was like, you know what? We're just going to roll with it. And I think it'll be okay. But no responses were designed to offend anybody. And I certainly don't want to scare anybody off from submitting questions in the future just because the host got a little frisky. So hopefully people are forgiving of that. And then on Wednesday, we're going to do episode 2. We're going to do episode 2 of the Comics Today show. And if you have not watched last week's show, I definitely want to encourage you guys to check it out. Slightly different format from this show. I think a couple of little surprises that are in there. And I can tell you, my mind has been going 1,000 miles an hour since that show because I've been thinking of new things that I would like to introduce. I don't know if I'm going to introduce them this coming Wednesday. But in time, there will be some other little things, some other little nuggets, if you will, enhancements that I will be introducing to the show because I kind of dig the format. I kind of feel it. I want to get several more of these under my belt to make sure that I have something that works. But I think people received the Comics Today show pretty well. This show is actually going to be airing on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, so 30 minutes earlier than this show. So the pre-recorded videos will be coming out Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Wednesday will be the live show Comics Today at 7 p.m. We also have a podcast that will be going live tomorrow at 7 a.m. and then a blog post that will be coming out on Wednesday at 10 a.m. And you guys, if you've subscribed to the channel, you should be getting notifications for all this stuff. You should be getting all kinds of little notices and things like that when things actually go live and get released and all that kind of stuff. So the podcast, as a reminder, is only available for Patreon. So it will be available on Patreon at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, Tina, for helping me in case I said something incorrectly or if people had a question about that. GarageCon is not trademarked. GarageCon is not trademarked, even though one of the local comic shops not too far away from me decided that they were going to call an event that they were doing GarageCon, which I thought was really fascinating. But thank you, Kibble, for reminding me that we are doing GarageCon. So if you have not watched the live stream on the Twitter or the video that I released on Friday, we are doing GarageCon again. It is going to take place on November 21st. And if you are in the San Francisco Bay Area or are traveling to the San Francisco Bay Area to attend GarageCon, make sure that you reach out to me on email or direct message because I want to know who you are before I give you my address, so that I can know who you are before I give you my address. So make sure you reach out to me. And I know a handful of people have already reached out to me, some of which were already at GarageCon last year that are going to be coming back this year. So I look forward to seeing all of you guys again. I'm still working on the exact time of GarageCon, but it will be going down on November 21st. I am noodling what I want to do. I'm probably going to have a mixture of like dollar books, probably a lot of dollar books. I may have some non-dollar books. Now, what that looks like is to be determined, because as I mentioned to you guys before, I'm waiting for a few things to fall in place before I start to give away too many details. But my hope is that we'll have a good day for us coming together and checking out some really cool books and hopefully having a good conversation as well. So scrolling down, Doug is like, comics today was fantastic. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was the guest. The guest that was on Comics Today definitely made it. You know, the host, you know, subpar at best, but the guest that we had on was awesome. Chuck in the house. I see you, brother. What is this? Reggie, you should do mystery boxes on the website. No, I shouldn't. No, I shouldn't. I don't do mystery boxes. I've tried that and I did it. I did 2 rounds of mystery boxes. I thought they were cool. And what I will tell you, this is what I will tell you. I don't want to do mystery boxes because everybody does mystery boxes. I like to be different. I like to do things that are different. I don't like to do things that are same. I don't like the content on my channel to be the same as everyone else. And I think long and hard about what it is that I do on my channel with the hope that it will be different from other people, right? There's a reason why you don't always see a ton of guests on my channel, and we don't do, you know, there's a lot of reasons why I do the things that I do, because I want to be different from everybody else out there. That's how you stand out, is by being different. And so if everybody's doing mystery boxes, you don't do mystery boxes because you want to stand out. You want to be different. And that's why I do painter's tape and box cutters and all of the other stuff. I did cleaning kits for comics. These are things that you do not see other people doing. To me, that is the fun, when you have to force yourself to do something that is different, to do something that is unique. That is where the fun is of it for me. So scrolling down through the comments here, scrolling through. I should do a top. Yeah, we don't want to do that. He's got the just kidding at the end, just in case people didn't see that. Oh man, it's just, what is this? You do you, Reggie. Man, the thing is that you need to be true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You need to be true to yourself. And I don't buy mystery boxes, so I also don't want to do, you know, there's a lot to it. And no offense to anybody that asked the question, but I do like to explain to you guys why I do the things that I do, right? I think long and hard about everything, you know, and I even come up with ideas and I bounce them off people and I hear what people have to say. And then I will either do it or not do it. Once I get some of that feedback, I'm constantly thinking about different things. So let me see. There was a comment here. Catherine, garage con at the storage unit. No. 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 All right, so let me scroll down. 21st, there you go. Do a show with coffee. Oh, you guys are just full of jokes. Just full of jokes. I'm so mad at that Bueller for beating me to the coffee, because I love coffee, right? I love coffee, and he beat me to it, and I won't touch it because I got a respect for my buddy. So there you go. All right, so let's go ahead and rock on with this thing. I'm ready to go ahead and give away a really cool book to one lucky subscriber. This is Detective Comics issue number 314. The phrase for this one was Moby Dick. Moby Dick was the phrase for this one. This is going to be somebody's comic. It's 8.5 off-white to white pages from 1963. That is a really cool book that somebody is going to walk away with in just a few moments. So I'm actually going to share my screen with you guys. And I see you guys still talking about the mystery boxes. I will come back to that if you guys want to talk more about it. But let me go ahead and let me roll the dice. We're going to roll the dice first, and then we're going to look at the list, and we rolled 7. We've rolled 7. Yeah, you guys can see that. All right. So we've rolled 7. So we're going to go ahead and show the list here real quick, and then we are going to randomize it after we show it. And we're going to randomize it a total of 7 times. So these are all of, and I'm starting from the bottom, so we're going to go in reverse. These are all the people that were able to successfully find the video that was released on the channel between Monday and Friday. And in one of those videos that came out, there was a phrase that was provided. The phrase, as I mentioned, was Moby Dick. These same people were able to navigate their way over to the community tab, where they were able to find the post with the active link to MailChimp. They went to MailChimp, they plugged in that phrase, and now they are in the running for Detective Comics issue number 314. And as a reminder, I want to give a reminder to everybody. The Go Collect giveaway video is like Fight Club. Okay, it is like Fight Club. So when you find the video that contains the phrase in the comment section, do not say great video, Regie, or great giveaway, Regie. Thank you to Go Collect for this great book. The phrase is, don't say anything in the comment section about the Go Collect giveaway. Don't say it, because the goal is to reward those viewers who take the time to watch the videos that come out from the channel with an opportunity to win a book. So in the comment section, if you say, basically, this is the video with the giveaway phrase, not only do you make your chances of winning, your odds of winning worse, you're also essentially violating one tenet of the giveaway, which is to not talk about the giveaway, right? So I would ask everybody to please refrain, because it requires me to go in and delete your comments. So you may say a lot of stuff, but if you say in there anything about the Go Collect giveaway, I delete your comment, right? Because that's not what we do. So I want to throw that out there for people, because it happened at least 3 times this last week with people making comments. So I want to throw that out there, right? So let me go ahead and share my screen one more time, and then we're going to randomize this list a total of 7 times. Let me make sure it was 7, because I got on my soapbox there. Yeah, 7. Make sure. All right. So let me go ahead and randomize this thing, and then we're going to give away this cool book to one lucky subscriber. Then again, I'm going to show you guys the next book that is going to be given away. So that is 1 time right there. Scrolling down, 303 people. That is 2. Scrolling, that is 3. Here is 4, 5, 6. And the winner of this week's Go Collect giveaway is Biggs. Biggs, you, sir, I'm guessing, are the winner. Biggs, CDMKK. You are the winner of this week's Go Collect giveaway. And you can see the top 5 right there. And then you can see the overall top 10 right there. Those are all the individuals that are in the running. Biggs, CDMKK, you have 1 week to send me an email to Regie@regiecollects.com with your screen name, your government name, your mailing address, so that you can officially claim your book. And I will get this comic along with the Go Collect exclusive variant mailed out to you immediately. So shout out to Go Collect for hooking us up with another really awesome book to be able to send out to one subscriber. And I will tell you guys, the other thing there, I have no other books on hand right now. So every book that has been shown as part of a giveaway has been claimed. So I literally only have this one comic that is left. I know people like to send emails and ask me questions around whether the last week's book has been given away. I want to try to do this more often in this video, is to remind people, when I have it or I don't, and I don't have anything else. Every other book from every other week has been sent out to those winners. Biggs is the winner of Detective Comics, and he has a few days to be able to claim his next prize, and then we go to the second place. There you go. Let me scroll down through the comments here, and my chat went out again. Let me see if I can share my screen. Let's try sharing my screen one more time and see if that frees up the thing. We'll show this list, and we'll see whether that frees up the chat, and then we'll stop sharing. And no, that did not work. Let me go back real quick, and I am going to show you guys the other Go Collect giveaway book here real quick. Let me see. Congrats, Biggs from Lee. How you doing, Lee? Jerry is on me already. Jerry does not mess around. He's like, as soon as you give away the book, just show me the next book. That is Jerry's role every single week. He keeps me honest, and I definitely respect it. So I'm scrolling through the comments here. Scrolling. Sean saying congratulations. Everybody saying congratulations. He better claim this book after all this great well-wishing directed towards him. All right. So I'm going to show you guys this book, this next book. This is a book that I've wanted. It is a book that I've wanted. I saw it. I bought it. And now I'm giving it away to one of you guys. I'm actually going to clean it up because now my fingerprints are all on. This is a cool book, I do believe. I think it's a cool book. 303 people last week. Let's see if we can beat it this week. Wonder Woman 184. This is from 2002. And this is a 9.8 with white pages. This is an Adam Hughes cover, and I think that it is fantastic. From the very first moment that I saw this book, I wanted it. And it's like new meets old. I really, really dig this cover. I showed it to my wife, and she says, "Oh, that looks nice." And she says, "Wait a minute, that's not old at all." And I was like, "No, it's not. It's made to look old." This right here, I think, is a really cool book. And this is the first time I've seen it in person, the first time I've technically kind of sort of owned it. But I'm like holding on to it temporarily for one of you guys. So all you have to do is to pay attention to the videos that come out this week between Monday and Friday. And one of those videos will be a phrase. You watch the video, you get the phrase, you head to the community tab, you find the post that talks about this week's giveaway, and you do what you got to do. In about 5 minutes, that post is actually going to go up on the community tab and will be available to you guys. So as soon as you see the video at some point between now and Sunday, next Sunday, you will have time to enter the giveaway. All right. Yes, Chuck says this is a great distress cover. Yes, indeed it is. Sean's like, very nice book. What is this? Scrolling. Adam Hughes did a great job on that cover. Yes, indeed he did. Jerry says, skip the giveaway. Just give it to the oldest guy with the longest beard. If you guys have never met Jerry, he is a distinguished gentleman with a fantastic beard. Okay. Shout out to my man, Jerry. Good try. It's not going to happen. All right. So again, let me go back to the chat. I don't know if you guys stopped talking about the mystery boxes, but if you guys want to talk about that, we can definitely dig into that. So Juggernaut says, someone said it earlier. The lighting in this video looks good, Reggie. You're not so blown out the lights. I mean, not your shoulders, brother. I need to work on the shoulders. But yeah, so the thing is that you can actually see me now, and I'm not washed out because the lights were a little bit closer before. Like I upgraded the lights like 2 weeks ago, but they were still kind of close to me. But now that they're on the stanchions, I think that's what you call the pole, right? The stanchion, they're up and away from me a little bit. And so I think that definitely helps me. They're actually at 100% right now. I had it before at like 84%, so I have it turned up to 100%, and I think it actually looks pretty darn good. So man, we're just going to kind of keep it rolling. I'm actually playing around with this idea because of some stuff that Lee said to me about my microphone being in the way. I'm actually playing around with the idea of affixing my microphone to the ceiling. So we'll see whether that's an upgrade that I want to do. The problem is I might actually need the microphone in 2 different places. So I would need one here above me and then one here, like when I do the digging in my shorts video, which you shoot it this way, right, over to the table. So I would need 2 locations for my microphone. So it's a little complicated. I need to think through it a little bit more. So we will see where we land with this thing, but constantly trying to do better. So I can clearly see the X-Men 96 9.4 in the background. I think that's a combination of 2 things. It is the combination of the new 4K camera that we have, which does not, I don't think you can get it in 4K on the feed. You only get 1080p, but because it's a 4K camera, it's a richer quality. Between that camera and the lights, I think that's part of the reason why you can see the background a lot better. So scrolling through some of the comments here. James Tomlinson, it is good to see you, bro. It has been a while. Welcome, my friend. There was a period there where I could not go live without seeing James in the room, and I've missed you, my friend. It is definitely good to see you back in here. Milt says, Reggie, I think I might win oldest guy with a trim beard. Milt, I'm going to let you and Bearded Comic Collector, I'm going to let the 2 of you fight it out in the streets. Whoever wins doesn't get the book, but you do get some bragging rights. So you 2 gentlemen, you 2 distinguished bearded gentlemen, you go at it. You let me know. So I'm scrolling through the comments here. Larissa's like, mystery boxes. Yeah, no, here's the thing. We discussed why I'm not doing mystery boxes. So I am not doing them because I think so many people already do mystery boxes. So I'm not going to do mystery boxes. Yeah, so Joker is making a comment here. He says, I don't know how many monitors you have, but one widescreen or two monitors, maybe the chat won't freeze, or at least the do. You know, the thing is I've actually debated that, bro. Chris Bigger's like, fight, fight, fight. I would expect nothing less from you, Chris Bigger. So I was actually in the room here. And I was sitting at the desk as I was working on the lights and moving the microphone around. I was playing around with the idea of whether I actually got multiple monitors. And at no point in my life have I ever used multiple monitors. I've always been like, one monitor is all that I need. But I was kind of thinking through that, whether I wanted two monitors. I run everything off of a really nice Mac laptop. And I don't know if I want to continue to complicate my stuff. There is a lot of stuff that I think about, and then I just have to kind of process through to make sure that it all makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I'll do two monitors. I've noodled it. I think that there's some benefit to it. But I'm not thoroughly convinced that it's necessary, Joker, but it is something that I'm considering. There are literally a lot of things that are always on my mind as I'm kind of thinking about this room here. And I was in here for a while and I was like, I want to do something different. I just want to do something different. That's why I got the new lights, the new stanchions, played around with the microphone, shifted the computer this way. So you're not at an angle shooting this way. You're literally face on. So I'm making all of these little tweaks and just trying to see how all this stuff plays out. All right. So I am going to wrap this thing up. I'm starting to sweat now from these lights. There are several different things that are going to be coming out from the channel over the course of this week. There are going to be 3 pre-recorded videos that will be dropping at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. One of them is a subscriber Q&A. I've recorded that. That's going to be coming. We're going to do comic book secrets. That's going to be dropping. And then I'm also going to be doing a haul of original art. All of those videos will be dropping, as I mentioned, at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. And then on Wednesday, Comics Today, it will be my live show, second episode of the live show on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. I have a few additional surprises that I will be dropping on you guys during that live show. I think it's going to be a fun one, I do believe. I'm very excited about that one. I started the prep work for that show immediately after the last show. We're going to be dropping a podcast tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. And then on Wednesday at 10 a.m., there's going to be a blog post that's going to be coming out from RegieCollects.com. A lot of really great content up on RegieCollects.com. So if you guys are interested, you definitely want to head over there, and then stay tuned, because this week we are going to be giving away this book right here. It is a wonderful, wonderful Adam Hughes 9.8 white cover, white pages, Wonder Woman issue number 184, comic that I've wanted for a long time. I bought it and I'm going to be giving it away to one of you guys next Sunday night. So definitely stay tuned. And Biggs, shout out to Biggs, because he is the winner of this book. All he has to do is claim it before the next show. All right. With that, I'm going to wrap this video up. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me just a little bit. If you haven't yet, hit the like button, the thumbs up button. I want to encourage you to do so now, because it is good for the algorithm. If you are here, you are watching this on replay or live, and you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I definitely want to encourage you to do that. That way you never miss any of the content that gets released here from the channel. And if you guys have not joined Discord, I want to encourage you to head over to Discord, hang out with us over there. I'm in there at least once a day, chatting about different things. And I think folks are genuinely having a good time with Discord, so make sure you check that out. The permanent link is posted up on the community tab as well. If you guys need to reach out to me, feel free to do so on Instagram at Regie Collects, or you can send me an email to Reggie@RegieCollects.com, and I will talk to you guys soon. And I look forward to seeing all of you on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Take care.